On Chief High Smoke, back to you with another one. In this one, I want to talk about TJ Watt possibly being on his way out of Pittsburgh. Now, yesterday you had seen the tweet of him tweeting a picture of himself giving the peace sign to the Pittsburgh fans as he's leaving the field. It was a picture. Now, sometimes players will use social media as a tool in the negotiating process for a new contract. Watt is in the last year of his deal, signed in 2021, a 4 year deal, $113 million. I want to say 123 million or 113, one of those two. I forget. I was looking at the contract details earlier. But I believe he sees Miles Garrett and what he ended up accomplishing this offseason. He goes on a media run and basically says he wants out of Cleveland. And, he gets the big deal. Cleveland ends up wanting to keep him. They were probably shopping him, couldn't get a good deal on the table. They probably wanted a couple first round picks. Same thing that TJ Watt is going to command if a trade was going to happen. Now, I'd put the possibilities of him actually getting traded. 80% he's staying, 20% he gets traded. A team is going to have to give up a first round pick and, another first round pick. I mean, Pittsburgh's just not going to give a future Hall of Famer up like that. Now, why? I don't think he's going to get a new contract. He's 30 years old and his production is on the decline. He's also injury prone too as well. So this could be his last year in Pittsburgh. If he does get traded, I would say it would be a deadline deal. If Pittsburgh was struggling in the year, this is a team that doesn't have a quarterback. Out of all the teams in the NFL, they're like one of the few that doesn't have one. And they tried with Kenny Pickett in the draft, that didn't work. Um, then they tried Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, that didn't work too as well. Those guys are gone, and Aaron Rodgers is basically holding them hostage right now. So T.J. Watt, there's a few reasons why he'd probably be wanting out of Pittsburgh at this moment, but the Steelers are going to hold on to him. And trade him when they have to. They're not going to get uh, a great deal right now. They're possibly only going to get, you know, maybe a first round pick and maybe like a fourth rounder or something like that. A team is going to lowball them, knowing that Watt is on the last year of his deal. A team is going to have to sign him. He's 30 years old. The production is down. And Pittsburgh is a team that overachieved last year, in my opinion. They won some close games, but I just feel like now their schedule is going to be a little bit harder. Um, they don't have the quarterback, too, as well. When Rodgers comes in, people are going to expect him to play better than he played with the Jets, and I just don't see that's possible anymore. Remember, he's got to go in there and learn with a couple new receivers, DK Metcalf and George Pickens, who he's never thrown the ball to in his career. So I know what TJ Watt is thinking. I'm putting myself in his shoes, and I'm seeing the Miles Garrett contract, and I'm basically saying, well, if I want to get paid, if I'm gonna know that I'm never gonna win a Super Bowl, then I need to get paid too as well. And the Steelers are being smart about it. They're not gonna be, um, they're not gonna be what Miles Garrett did to the Browns was incredible. It was like, he's a Hall of Fame player. What can the Browns do? Their fan base would be upset if they got rid of him. They're going to get a couple lottery tickets in return for him. It wasn't like, you know, the Browns were going to get anything back that they were going to really like or change their team around. So I think the Steelers kind of are feeling the same way right now, and negotiations with the new contract aren't going well. That's why you saw him tweet that picture of him holding the peace sign up Steelers fans, but um, I don't think he gets traded. I really don't, because for one, the Steelers aren't going to get their best package back in return, knowing that other teams know that he wants out, and he's just not that type of player anymore. When he was 26, 27, getting 18 to 22 sacks a year, that's when the couple first round picks would have happened. But now you'd be lucky to get one for him, maybe a later round pick in return, and yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna want to say that he's gonna be staying in Pittsburgh, and if they were gonna trade him, it's gonna be at a deadline deal. Thank you guys for watching.